Ojineka, Jinex, Okpe is here now with stories trending around the world. Hello, Jinex.
Is it the International Women's Day thing?
Yes, I'm excited.
No, you are the real supporter of women, I can tell.
You know that?
Yes, I do. You're excellent. Good morning, Tundra Biola.
Morning, OG.
Oh, I mean, I know we cannot celebrate, but we should just celebrate our achievements. So happy International Women's Day to you.
Well, when you put it that
Yes.
way, happy International Women's Day to you.
Thank you. Rufai, good morning.
I mean, happy International Women's Day to you too, Amazon. You know, I can't say how enough when I look at both of you and what you stand for really excites me about the prospect of the future.
He always says that. He's here.
And you are a lucky man. You are the one sitting directly
And you are just so far off.
beautiful women, and I'm in this corner here.
Oh, poor Dr. Bati
Hope
today.
it's not too cold around there.
Well, all right. Good morning to you, viewers. We'll begin what's trending in Nigeria. On Monday, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs released a statement indicating that the federal government of Nigeria will not tolerate the recruitment of Nigerians as fighters in the Russia-Ukraine war. This follows the recent call by President Volodymyr Zelenskyy of Ukraine for people around the world to join in combating Russia's invasion of the country. Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Ministry stated that it's already in talks with the government of Ukraine to prevent Nigerians from being used as mercenaries. While the ministry also stated that the Ukrainian embassy in Abuja has denied registering Nigerian volunteers into the fighting force of Ukraine, but however confirmed that a number of Nigerians had approached the embassy, indicating their willingness to fight. Let's take a look at this video of some Nigerian volunteers, which has been circulating online, before we come back for a discussion.
We are angry. We are angry. So we want to leave this nation because some of all these men, their children are nowhere to. Their children are not in this country. They are abroad, studying. Has to strike here and there. I have volunteered myself. If I want to leave this country, I want to go and fight for Ukrainians. I've enrolled into Nigerian Defense Academy for the past three times. Three consecutive times. 2013, I was there in Kaduna, Zaria. Even when I was there, even when my name was enlisted, they said I still have to have a link to a general or senator.
It's better for someone to even die there than to die in this country.
Yes.
My brother, is it anything special in this country? You and I know that nothing special in this country. If flash your back at least some years ago, what the bonus we met those things and those things are still on ground. Is that how it's supposed to be? Is it a country that are ready to move on? Traveling from here to Ukraine and assist them in fighting, I believe is the best thing. Is the best thing that Nigeria
you'll be
understand? You'll be guaranteed. Even if you die there, I'm sure that your family will not suffer here in Nigeria.
Yeah. My dream have been to be in the military. That have been my dream. My childhood dream is to be in military. And since for the past since 2012, I've tried severally. Applying for DXX, Navy, Army, Air Force. I've tried severally. It's not one, it's not two. It's like consistent. In fact, I would say that all the applications that I've underwent in the Nigerian Army and paramilitaries, I've applied for all.
But I'll say that this one guy is a real fighter, right? But I mean, the other guy who says, flash your back, I mean, what, he doesn't mind dying in Ukraine? Is this how bad Nigeria is?
Apparently so. It actually called to mind Dele Farotimi's book, Do Not Die in Their War. There could be no more literal interpretation of that book's title. And this is really the ultimate gallows humor. Yes, on some level it's funny, but I'm sorry, it's bleak. I could cry that they feel this strongly about their own country. And also the fact that a couple of those gentlemen said that they had tried to apply to the armed forces and were rejected. I wonder why that is, because we're always told that they need more hands, that they're short-staffed, and you have these willing and able Nigerians being turned away. But the thing to stress is that it's very important that the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyema, has done the right thing and has been completely clear about discouraging Nigerians, in fact, banning Nigerians from going to waste their lives in Ukraine. That cannot be said for the UK, where they have had mixed messages. His counterpart in the UK, Liz Truss, seemed to be quite okay with British people going to die. And it was their chief of defense that had to come out and I think try to clarify her statement and said, no, do not go there and kill yourselves because it's not actually a video game.
No.
If you die for real. It's just not worth it. And then Ukraine as well, I think, has been responsible. Yes, their president, I feel, made a mistake a few weeks ago, when this just started, a couple of weeks ago, calling for fighters to come and join this fight. I think that was an error on his part. Maybe he meant professional soldiers. Maybe he could have clarified that. I'm not sure. But the fact of the matter is that the United Nations has a treaty against the recruitment, financing, use of mercenaries. That treaty is a 2001 treaty, which also answers the question why we don't have mercenaries in Nigeria now. The United Nations is quite clear about it. So this should be discouraged.
Wait, did you say that he made a mistake in asking for foreign fighters?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what.
He didn't clarify that. It should be professional.
In the meantime, before I take your comment, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy last week said more than 16,000 foreigners had volunteered to fight in their war without specifying how many had arrived the country. Some of the foreign fighters say they are attracted to the cause to halt what they view as an unprovoked attack. Let's take a listen to the group of volunteers before we come back for a discussion.
Can you tell me what it is you are doing here in Poland, very close to the border with Ukraine?
Just trying to help, protect freedom. Simple as that.
What is your biggest concern? You're also here. Are you going in? How many people? What's your biggest concern? And where are you going?
We don't really know right now.
You're going in without a plan. Why?
Those people also have family and friends, and somebody's got to stand up for them. And it's not just the U.S., it's not just Britain, it's the whole world's coming together.
I mean, you guys are going into war without a huge plan. What's your worry?
Not getting there.
I love the camaraderie, Dr. Abati, but if you juxtapose both.
Yes, okay. Yes, there is a UN Protocols Convention outlawing the use of mercenaries. But the truth is that in actual practice, mercenaries are engaged. Even those, who signed up to those protocols and conventions are engaged mercenaries. Now, there was a line in the statement issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Nigeria that Nigeria, in line with international convention, does not believe in the idea of mercenaries. That is not true. In the fight against Boko Haram, Nigeria engaged mercenaries. Okay? Maybe what happened was that from one administration to the other, we refuse to pay their bills, the mercenaries who came here to help us. So don't call them mercenaries. Maybe you call them military contractors. Okay, so just as a point of clarification. Two, the Ukrainians themselves asked for people of the world to come and join them. And that's why that second video shows that some people are already on the ground.
Yeah.
Third point about Nigeria. Well, should anybody be surprised that there are Nigerians who want to go and fight in Ukraine? One of the persons interviewed was saying that it's better to even go and die in Ukraine.
That's what he said.
Because here is a living death, so he's of no use. Another man said he had tried to join the NDA about 3 times. He wanted to fight for Nigeria because he has a big fight in him. And the size of the fight in him is the type of size that can save Nigeria. But nobody has given him any opportunity. They had asked him to go and look for a general or a big man to endorse him. So this guy who has this big fight inside him thinks if he goes to Ukraine, he will fulfill his life ambition. Maybe if he dies in the process, he doesn't care. However, I would like to refer us quickly to a piece yesterday, and I have to do that very quickly in a matter of seconds, written by Mahmoud Jega, my friend and brother columnist on the back page of This Day newspaper. And he wrote a piece about going to Ukraine. I thought, that was a beautiful commentary, on all the issues that you have put in video form.
Yeah.
Mahmoud Jega was saying that, look, we should be concerned that people want to go and fight in Ukraine. They don't want to fight in Sambisa. Why are they not going to Somalia? Why are they not asking to go to Darfur in Sudan to go and fight? And Monday Adiku, who says, well, if he dies, he knows that Ukraine will take care of his family. He says, will Ukraine even remember him when Ukraine will be busy trying to reconstruct? Where will the money come from? I thought it was a, satirical piece about the challenges we face and the fact that we face a challenge of patriotism.
Yeah.
You have a country where your people prefer to go and die in another country. So where is nationalism?
Where they were rejected.
We face a challenge of patriotism.
We face a challenge of patriotism, but we should ask what's caused that challenge of patriotism. Subsequent injustices over the years in this country, albeit championed by the political class. And that is what is causing problem. A lot of, and you see, they show you that sense of lack of patriotism when they don't come out to vote. They don't come out to vote.
Yeah.
And you see, these politicians still think it's a joke. And that's why when you see what's happening across the political parties, you just wonder what is happening.
Right.
They think it's a joke. They are losing Nigerians already. Nigerians are disconnected. A lot of Nigerians have zoned out. That's why politicians, please, hope you see videos later and don't laugh about it, but go back and fix things.
Absolutely. Well said, Rufai. We shall take another story. The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has reacted to the death of Bamise Ayowole, a 22-year-old fashion designer who went missing on February 26 after boarding a vehicle on the bus rapid transit system in the state. Bamise began trending over the weekend after she was declared missing by her family members. She was said to have contacted a friend while commuting on the bus after she observed that the bus driver was not picking up other passengers at subsequent bus stops along her route. It was the last time she spoke with her family members. On Monday, Bamise was found dead on Carter Bridge, according to the Lagos State Police Command, while the driver of the bus, who had been on the run since the incident, has been apprehended. Here's what he has to say.
Why did I run, sir? When those guys showed me the weapon, as I was saying, sir, I was I can't be myself anymore. Fears have come in me. So whatever the man on guns sit down there, whatever he tell me, it's what I do. When I follow that Carter Bridge, after that overhigh bridge, they ordered me to stop there. And when they ordered me to stop, so I should open the door. When I open the door, then they now track. When they come down, they now start dragging her down. When I saw she was crying for help, actually I'm helpless. So I was just thinking that she's inside the vehicle, holding the iron. So I move on.
So you left her there?
That is just the truth, sir.
You left
Because
her there?
I left her at that scene. I never knew that they dragged her down already. I have no connection with, it's just a person. I have no connection with any one of them.
This is so unfortunate. While the Lagos State Governor on Monday assured Nigerians that the state will leave no stones unturned in the investigation and arrest of everyone found culpable in Bamise's kidnap and death.
This is devastating. I mean, she did nothing wrong. She actually chose a trusted mode of transport. We were talking earlier with some guests about victim blaming. Everybody will now be wondering, oh, maybe she went into, what they call those buses that are not marked? No, she went in a BRT, the unmarked buses. What? She didn't do that. She went in a BRT. She wasn't even traveling that late at night. So there's really nothing you can say. I cannot begin to imagine the last moments of her life.
The worst part, have you heard the worst part? That, she, her private part was missing.
Yes.
I mean, her car.
She was dismembered.
This is the worst thing I've heard.
Justice has to be done.
I don't even know what to
say. This is the case again, as you have pointed out, of ritual killing.
Yes.
But what I find curious here is that the contractors in charge of BRT buses have said this was not one of their buses. So do we now have a situation in Lagos State where there are fake BRT buses? And the state government, I think, needs to address that. How do we identify a proper government-owned, government-managed or controlled BRT bus?
Yes.
That, I think, is an issue. Because once you see an official vehicle,
then you get in.
You will think that you are safe.
I was thinking of One Chance. They're called One Chance vehicles. Who knew that would ever happen in a BRT?
So for me, I think the problem is this, and that's why government needs to come in strong. some of these buses are decommissioned, these BRT buses, and they're given to private individuals to manage.
Yes.
I'm sure that's probably what happened, because that route from Chevron to BRT will not ply that Chevron. No BRT goes around that Lekki route as such. You get, maybe they just terminate at Aja. But the government should come in strong and investigate this. Bamishe must not die in vain.
She must not die.
Bamishe must not die in vain. And that's the problem with Nigeria. That's why a lot of people keep complaining about this country. The only offense Bamishe committed was she was a Nigerian. She got into a bus and see what has happened to her. And that's why you see a lot of people don't want to fight for Nigeria. They want to fight for Ukraine.
You should, exactly. So sad. Well, may her soul rest in peace.
Amen.
That's all I have for you on What's Trending today. I'll see you tomorrow.